Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm CB Harris, and again, I'm at Warriors Edge Armory with Yoki Marks, and we're continuing April's focus, which is home invasion and protecting ourselves in a home invasion situation. So today, Yoki is going to run through a couple of scenarios, and we're going to talk about how to react if we hear somebody kicking in that back door, something like that.
There's a difference when you're clearing a home and when you need to get your family to safety in a home invasion. So now in this first clip, what you're going to see is I hear a noise coming from the back door and I go to investigate, see what's happening. So as you can see, I hear the noise, I go in, I get to the corner, I start pieing it a little bit. Now, granted, my tactics aren't as sound as they should be, but the point is, I'm going into that room to see where that noise is coming from, have my gun out and point it in that direction.
Okay, so Yoki, that's if we actually are clearing to a threat. We see something, there's a threat, or if we have a family member in that room and we need to clear them out of that threat area. So what if it's late at night, we're up for that midnight snack or something like that, and we need to get our family to safety. We want to consolidate them so they're all in one place. And we need to do all that. So what do we need to do for that part?
Well, in that case, I don't recommend clearing to the threat, because if you're clearing to the threat and that bad guy gets that first shot or that lucky shot off and it hits you, now there's no one there to protect your family. So what I recommend instead is what I call you clear to your family and then you clear your family to safety. So what it's going to look like is this. I hear a threat again at the back door. This time, instead of going to investigate the threat though, I keep my firearm pointed in the direction the threat is. I keep my eyes in that direction and I clear to where my first family member is. I will then open the door and get that family member out. Depending on the age, you can give orders, or if you have a plan that you've rehearsed before where you know if you tell them, everyone in now, they know that means be standing at the door waiting for you. Rehearsal is going to be key here. Whatever the case is, I clear to my first family member, get them to safety. I then go to the second family member, get them to safety, at which point we all would assemble inside of the safe room.
So obviously, you know, if it's late at night and they're asleep, we're going to have to improvise. We may have to actually go in and physically, you know, pick up that child. If I have a couple of heavy sleepers in my family. So we do need to maybe consider some other things. We might not be able to just give verbal commands. We may actually have to physically move that child if they're a heavy sleeper or something like that.
That is true. And that's where it's very important if you have a spouse or an adult child who you can rely on to help clear. You may give them orders saying someone's coming in the house, and they can then set up in the hallway and keep the gun trained in the direction the threat may be coming from while you go in and remove the children. Right. Or you may have to do worst case scenario, which is something you can practice at the range too, carry something heavy, a sandbag in one arm, and practice walking as you engage a target. Because if push comes to shove, you may have to go into that first room, pick a child up, and then clear out again. Again, it's clearing to your family and then clearing family to safety. So you may be holding that child and have to have your firearm pointed in the direction of the threat as you put them into the safe room.
So once we're in that safe room, obviously we need to be prepared there as well, right? I mean, we could be injured on the way there. There could be other issues. So what would you recommend?
Well, what I recommend is if you have a kit for a natural disaster or something like that, if you live in an area of the country that gets hit with tornadoes, then the same stuff you'd have in there. You're going to want a first aid kit. You're going to want some type of communication device. You're going to want to have some type of food and water just in case there is, you have to be there for a little while. I recommend doing a cell phone, even if it's a cell phone that is not connected to service, that'll still call 911. And something a lot of people don't think about. If you have children, you may want to have something to entertain your children, something to comfort them. You're sitting on the phone with the police, they're getting a little freaked out. It would be kind of nice if you would be able to give them a stuffed animal or a little game to play or a coloring book. It doesn't have to be a lot, but something to keep their attention for a little while. The main thing is, remember, you're not clearing to the threat to engage the threat. You are clearing to your family, which may mean you're clearing past the threat. So you clear to your family, then you clear your family to safety, and in whatever area you have designated to be that safe area, you need to have the tools necessary, whether that be another firearm, first aid kit, communication device, water, whatever it is that you decide you need. Everyone's kit is going to look a little bit different, but it's having that forethought to remember, you know what, if something bad happens, what am I going to need? And the other thing I want to point out is practice this. Just like a fire drill or a tornado drill, you want to practice it. It doesn't have to be a scary thing if you have children. You're like, we're going to play a game. You don't even have to have your gun out. You can hold your fist out like you're holding a gun, whatever it is, but you practice it so they know what's happening. You drive it home to them. If I say do this, you need to do it, okay? Let's practice how it would go. Run through it a couple times a month. It only takes 2 or 3 minutes to do it.
If you guys have any questions, be sure to leave it down in the comments section below. We always appreciate it when you guys like and share the videos. And be sure to come back next week. We're going to be talking about some of the weapons that you could use during a home invasion to protect yourself. And specifically, we're going to talk about some of the ammo choices.
All right, guys. So I appreciate you watching the video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and share it. I always appreciate it when you do that as well. If you're not a subscriber and you'd like to, be sure to click on the big subscribe button down below. If you have any comments, leave them down in the comment section. If you have any ideas for future Thursday's Tactical Tips, be sure to leave them in the comment section as well. Be sure to come back next Thursday for another tactical tip, continuing our series in April on home invasion and home defense. Until next time, take care and be safe.